Hello, this is Lotus Comic Express. We're here live in Tulsa, guys. And now, what's really cool, right, is I'm talking to the one, the only, the legend, the John Schneider, guys. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly.
You did. It's perfect, perfectly pronounced. And we were just talking about Smallville before we went on the air here, and I'm so delighted that Smallville actually helped heal you. What a wonderful story.
It's true. And yeah, the weird thing is, it's just the art form of like film and stuff like that is very healing to some degree.
Yeah.
Well, you're creatively doing something.
Well, yeah, it allows you. It's a great. It gives you great freedom of expression.
It does.
It gives you great opportunity to do it through music, through sound effects, through pictures, through stories,
film, you know?
and through film.
Yeah. With you've done so many avenues of stuff. You've done music, you've done movies, TV shows. Do you have a genre of like a favorite thing that you've done personally?
Well, when Alicia and I make films, we have a movie studio called John Schneider Studios.
That's
Imagine that, in Louisiana. And it seems to me that when I sit down and I start writing something, there's a tendency for it to be kind of horror comedy.
Okay.
Kind of unusual. Unusual stories, like we did a movie called Smothered that Kane Hodder was in. It's hysterical and scary and oddly enough thought-provoking and sad. We did one called Anderson Bench that's the strangest love story you will ever see. We did another one called Four to Go, which is about a group of escaped convicts that got the wrong hostage.
Right.
And so it's I really enjoy that. I enjoy expressing myself through writing, and then, of course, as a director, I directed on Dukes, I directed on Smallville, and I enjoy being able to tell really the whole craft, the whole story.
Do you have a favorite moment in Smallville that you really it kind of stands out to you? Maybe you remember it for some reason or another.
Gosh, there were so many.
That maybe made an impact on you personally as an actor?
One of the telling moments,
as far as your craft goes?
Yes. I directed one of the episodes, was called Talisman. And I had a scene where Martha and Jonathan come into the Kent farm in the kitchen, and we see Clark on the floor bleeding. So how in the world could Clark be bleeding? I mean, remember, there's no such thing as Superman.
That's true.
Yeah, but Clark was bleeding. We had never seen that before. I sent Martha back to get a towel because I didn't want to see her son dying, and she slipped in the blood on the floor in the kitchen. And as a director, I put that in there. I wanted that to be in there because I couldn't think of anything more horrifying than slipping in your son's blood, your child's blood.
I agree. I would agree with you.
So for me, that was a shining moment in Smallville, and I'm very proud to say that me, the storyteller, came up with that. It wasn't in the script.
Yeah.
Me, the director and storyteller, came up with that.
So, out of curiosity, with some of the new projects that you're doing, is it any different than some of the older projects that you've done? Is there a difference between maybe characterization, storyline, any of the directing you might have done that might be different, what you're working on now to?
Yes.
As
you do anything that you do more and more, you do realize that the secret is to do less and less. So whereas John Schneider, the director on Dukes of Hazzard, might have tried to over-explain something, John Schneider, the director now at 58, will say, look, just say the word. Okay, because a lot of times I'll deal with people who've never acted before.
Okay, that makes sense.
So they'll be all nervous and come in, and you can tell when somebody's nervous. So I'll say, look, just forget it. Well, I have to say the words. Yeah, but just forget. I'll tell you what they are. Look over there. Look at that yellow, orange sign. Look at the orange sign and say this. And so, because I'm also an editor.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I know when I get what I need, and I don't care how I get it.
Right.
But you don't have to act your butt off in order for me to get a great performance out of you.
That's true. I definitely see your point.
Yeah. So that's the big difference. When you're first doing this, you think every scene is a movie. You think, as an actor, you think every moment is a movie.
Right.
But it's not. It's a piece in a 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle. All it has to be is true to itself.
That makes total sense. I never would have thought of it that way, but yeah, that makes total sense.
You got to do it for a long time.
Yeah.
to be able to realize how easy it is. Uh-oh.
Artist Alley right across from C. Thomas Howell and Doug Schneider.
We're having obviously announcements going on.
It's right there, too.
This looks awesome. That's some sweet art here.
But with all of what you've done now, like the Dancing with the Stars and all of that, do you have a favorite moment of Dancing with the Stars that maybe you could tell us about, whether it's rehearsal or any of that stuff?
My favorite moment in Dancing with the Stars was when we did Disney Night and we danced the quick step. And there was a spot in it where Emma and I stopped, bam, and the music stops, and they're looking at us through binoculars. We're tigers, and they're looking at us through binoculars. And there's a look on my face of absolute sheer joy.
Yes, sir.
And I looked like I was about 7 years old. That was my shining moment on Dancing with the Stars.
Yes, sir. Well, I just have one follow-up question. Because you were on Smallville, did you have a favorite superpower? And if you had a superpower, what would it be?
It's going to sound like an old guy talking, but I think the best superpower you can have is patience.
I would agree with you, sir. And I could acquire some myself,
We can
from
all
time
use
to
a
time.
little more patience. Problem is I want to hurry up and get it.
Yeah, no, I'm exactly the same way. Well, do you have a website that we can promote that if when people go to your stuff, is there a website that for people that don't know you, they're just now getting to know your work?
Yes, you can get to me either in johnschneiderstudios.com
Okay.
or you can just go to the App Store and get the free app. I have an app.
Oh, cool.
Alicia developed this amazing app. It's a portal where you can find out about the music, you can find out about the concerts.
That is awesome.
You can vote on Dancing with the Stars. You can either purchase hard copies of the movies we've made, or you can not download. You can stream them.
Yes, sir.
And so just go to the App Store and get John Schneider app.
Okay.
It's simple.
Well, very cool. Very cool. Well, thank you so much for your time.
so very welcome.
I appreciate it.
You're
Come
welcome.
check out Mr. John Schneider with all of that cool stuff that he just named off, and come check out lotuscomics.com for all your latest geek news. We'll see you here next time. Thank you so much for tuning in. All right, bye-bye.